Hello, in this video, I will show you the process of integrating a .NET application with QuickBooks. Today we will only focus the invoice generation process, but in my later videos I will discuss how we can import uh, credit memos, bills, credit bills, import payments for bills, and import payments for invoices. Today we will focus the desktop version of QuickBooks, but in my later videos we will cover all the aspects of integrating an application with the online version, and we will see how we can import invoices, credit memos, bills, credit bills, import payments for invoices, and import payments for bills from our integrated application to QuickBooks Online. So let's get started with our demo. First you need to go to the developer side and download the QBSDK. You can also find that link in the description box. Once you have downloaded the QBSDK, then you need to install that on to your system. I have already installed the SDK onto my machine. This is QuickBooks, and you can see that I have already created a brand new company file which I'm going to use for my demo. So let's just run our application. You can see that a dialog has automatically opened inside QuickBooks. This is an authorization dialog. It is saying that this application, which is demo integrated application in our case, this is the name of our application, wants to access this company file. The name of the company file is IT in our case. And here are some options. I'm just going to use this fourth option so that I don't have to reauthorize my application again and again. I'm going to click continue, click done, and you can see that an invoice has been generated for this customer. If we open this invoice, you can see that there are two line items, one with a subtotal of $90 and second with a subtotal of $100. So as you have seen that an invoice has been generated from our integrated application, let's discuss the code. After installing the QBSDK, add references to these two SMT files in the project. After adding the references, create an object of type QB Session Manager, call its open connection method, and pass the name of the application. Please note that this is the name with which QB will authorize our application. After that, call the begin session method of the QB Session Manager class, and in my case I am calling this method using the don't care option. An invoice always belongs to a customer, so here we are calling a method which will create a customer in QuickBooks if it is not already created. After that, we are calling a method which will make sure that all of the line items are already created in QuickBooks before we can use them in our invoice. After that, we are calling a method which will actually create an invoice in QuickBooks. So first, we have to initialize the message set request object based upon the installed QBXML version. After that, we are adding an invoice add request to the message set request object, and after that we are setting some properties necessary to generate an invoice in QuickBooks. And you can see that here we are actually adding two line items, and finally we are executing all the requests we have added in the message set request object. And finally, we will be getting a response, and if the status code is not 0, it means we have some issues in our request. And if we get a status code of 0, then our request has been successfully executed, and our invoice has been successfully generated in QuickBooks. So hopefully you have learned something by watching this video. If you have any question or queries, you can always approach me at the email address provided in the description below.